Arizona State University, with 7 other prominent research universities and institutes, is playing a key role in exploring advanced uses of X-ray laser technology. X-ray-free electron lasers, or XFEL, can capture images of amazingly small molecules, too small to be seen even with the strongest microscopes. These lasers can crack the code of proteins, providing scientists with information needed to address major healthcare challenges. Drugs and other treatments can be designed to stimulate the human body's molecules to do their jobs through uses of this technology. Findings from XFEL research can be used to block disease-causing invaders, such as viruses, parasites, and pathogens. Watch this video to see how you can participate in research that has the potential to achieve revolutionary scientific breakthroughs.
Welcome to a very exciting opportunity for students interested in biology, chemistry, and engineering. You can be part of a scientific village with other students and scientists where you'll learn research methods and new technologies to explore important scientific phenomena. All of this happens at the new BioXFEL project at Arizona State University. Hi, I'm Chelsea, a student at ASU and a member of the Biology with X-ray Free Electron Lasers team, also known as BioXFEL. BioXFEL is a cutting-edge international research program focusing on the field of X-ray laser crystallography. As a member of a scientific village in the BioXFEL program, you'll explore important scientific ideas, shoulder to shoulder with scientists, faculty, and other high school and college students. In the spring and fall, scientific villages meet in our labs at ASU once a week in the late afternoon. And in the summer, villages meet every morning for 2 weeks. So what might you explore in a scientific village? Here are a few examples. In the photosynthesis village, you'll investigate how plants convert sunlight into energy and how we can use that process to find renewable energy sources.
Hi, I'm Christopher Cupitz and I'm part of the Petrofroma group here at ASU. We work on photosynthesis mainly, and what we do is we try to determine how photosynthesis works. So in the Medusa, what we have is a large bioreactor where we grow our cells that will later become the components for what we do in the rest of our labs. First, we harvest the cells, and then we actually start by breaking them into their small component pieces and trying to separate out all of those components. And from there, what we do is we start trying to crystallize them. And by crystallize them, I mean make them ordered so that we can actually determine what they are. What we use here for this is the Phoenix. And the Phoenix is a large crystallization device that primarily sets up all of our trays for us. Once the trays are set up, we have the Sonic, which stands for Second Order Nonlinear Imaging of Chiral Crystals. Basically, that's a fancy way of saying that we shoot lasers at crystals to see if they're actually there, because the Sonic is capable of seeing a crystal that's as small as about 100 nanometers, and that's significantly smaller than the size of a human hair, so you can't actually see them with your eye. So once we have the optimized crystals, we need a way to inject them into the vacuum that holds the XFEL. Now this vacuum is sort of like outer space, so what we need to do is we need to have a fast-running jet so that things don't freeze. That's the current way that we've been operating, but the problem is that it uses a lot of these very hard-to-make optimized crystals. So what we're trying to do is slow the jet down. And that means that when the jet is slower, we have more of a chance for each X-ray to hit the crystals, which means less sample consumption. And this is where we need your help. We need new eyes and fresh ideas to help us make the best of this technique.
In the Mixing Mystery Village, you'll construct microfluidic devices to study basic concepts of analyte mixing and microchip electrophoresis. These miniaturized devices can be used for diagnoses to improve healthcare and save lives.
Hey everybody, my name is Bobby Abdallah and I'm part of the BioXFEL project at ASU. I just wanted to talk to you about a little bit of some new research opportunities that you can be involved in here involving nanotechnology. So in particular with my research, I actually take the protein crystal samples that they use and I begin to optimize them or make them more ideal for what they like to use in the future. Another thing that I do is I actually take the proteins and make these shiny crystals myself, but I use really, really tiny devices, tubes that are the size of your hair to make these crystals, using really small volumes. And since these chips are so tiny and dust in the air can actually affect their operation, we have to use a clean room, so basically a room where there's no dust at all. We use this room because if any dust gets in these channels or affects the sample, it can actually completely ruin the experiment. And so we have to dress up in suits, completely cover ourselves, and actually go in a room that's completely dust-free in order to accomplish this. So being able to manipulate the sample and make it better for the research scientists using these crystals is really crucial to this project. The reason why is because these crystals are really precious materials and we don't want to waste them. And so if we can get a sample that's really ideal and optimal, we'd be able to reduce the amount of sample that we actually use and ideally begin to discover new things a lot faster and a lot quicker and a lot easier. So my part of the project is crucial in giving them this really good sample in order to accomplish this. So you as a student, we'd actually like you to build your own nanotechnology device and begin to learn chemistry on this small scale. And we're going to give you the chance to look at things under a microscope, things you can't even see with your naked eye because they're so small. And hopefully, once you're done with this, you'll get some engineering experience, chemistry experience with mixing things, and also just simply be able to show something to friends and family that you actually were able to build your own miniaturized device.
In the virus attack village, you'll apply gene theory to gain greater understanding of how viruses attack the human body. With that knowledge, new ways can be developed to combat infections that cause sickness, disease, and even death.
I'm Robert Lawrence, and I work in Dr. Brenda Hoag's lab as a postdoctoral biochemist. And in our lab, we study viruses, and we're interested in the physical structure of viruses. And in order to do this, we grow large amounts of cells, and then we infect those cells with the viruses. And after the infection takes place, we can extract the viruses from the growths and do purification processes. And then after the virus is purified, we can then run some tests to look at the physical structure. The viruses are made out of proteins, and they have genes on the inside of those proteins. And so we're interested in looking at the proteins and how the physical structure of those proteins changes with different viruses. Working in the Biodesign Institute is really a neat opportunity because there's a lot of very bright and intelligent scientists working here in different fields such as cancer and immunology and all of these things that are very important. If you join us in this village, we're looking forward to being able to demonstrate to you some of the techniques that we use so that we can help you get some preliminary experience working in a scientific lab. So we'll be able to show you how some of the things that you've learned in your biology, in your chemistry, and your physics classes could be applied to solving problems and doing experiments, and also in the design and execution of those experiments.
If you have an interest in the sciences, then the BioXFEL Scientific Village program is for you. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be a member of a project that is making a direct impact on society. Apply now to join us, and together we'll research, experiment, and apply our discoveries to make a difference in the world in which we live.
For more information, including our application packet, go to prime.asu.edu/bioxfel.